Yo, hello folks. This thing working? I'm trying a different audio setup today. Might do this for streams more often. I've got it like boomed instead of the mic right in my face, so we'll see. We'll see how that works. What's up? Who's all here? Let me pull up the chat. Ondis, Lego, CJ, Dylan, Hippogriff, Meme5 Radio, Jewel, Yonathis. Is that an I or an L? Can't tell. What's up, everybody? Happy November. October's over. I don't know how many people ended up doing the whole 31 days. It's so interesting. Like just hearing back from I think so many more people did it than I thought would. And there was also a lot of people that just kind of did it on their own, like setting their own parameters for it and kind of, doing something in private every day instead of posting, which I thought was so sick, just the amount of people that. Oh, I can hear myself in my headphones. Does the audio sound good? Yeah, sounds good enough to me. I'll mute that. It's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. Yep. But, now you can continue that momentum now that the artificial pressure from the month is over. That weight lifted off. Now you can fly even higher. Sounds good. Audio's good. Sweet. Never been to a live stream. What's good? What's good, brother? Good to see you here. Yeah, we just kind of hang out. I just usually go live with no plan. Just talk to the chat. I do have P.O. Box stuff today. There was quite a few things in the P.O. Box. Because I guess I haven't checked it in like a week and a half. Can you hear the plane going over, by the way? My window's open. So, I guess I haven't checked it in like a week and a half. Because my car's been broken. So, oh yeah, I don't think I've explained that on the main channel yet, but, or no, I did a whole stream about it. Car brokey. So I borrowed Michael's car, my roommate, and picked up stuff from the P.O. Box, and we got a couple packages in there, which I'm very excited to open, and a handful of letters too. You gonna touch on the car situation? Yeah, basically, there's a lot more detail in it if you want the in-depth plans on the last stream. But basically, engine bricked, timing belt broke, and because it's an interference engine, when the timing belt snaps, everything just tumbles. So engine's bricked, car is not going to drive for a while. Whether or not it sits through all of winter kind of depends on finance situation, so we'll see. Because like it's starting to get cold here in the Midwest, so we'll see if I'm able to work on it over the winter or anything, but if all goes to plan, I should have a donor car for the chassis here in the next month or two. Hopefully, we'll see. Hey, Evan, I found out about you and your channel through Miscast. Absolutely love your videos and your mindset when it comes to DIY. Keep up the great work. Looking forward to see more content. Thank you, Horace. Yeah, more like injection mold and like tabletop kind of stuff is coming as well. I've been realizing recently there's so many series on my channel. And I'm glad like most of you stick around to watch all of it because it's like I know a lot of you probably came from some of the camera content. A lot of people that are here now are from like the studio building content, but then there's also like the injection molding, tabletop stuff, and there's the car stuff. So I'm just glad that a lot of you stick around for all of that, and I haven't had to like niche down a ton yet because I know that's always like a pressure with YouTube is niching down to like if I saw all my camera videos blowing up, like those have been my biggest ones, I would be encouraged to only make camera videos. But I've been trying to like keep it broad and keep my net wide. Been following for a few months. Really like your build style. Thank you. Thank you. Just finished watching your On Confidence talking to cameras videos. Good stuff. Makes me want to practice talking to a camera now. It's a good skill. Even in like, if you're not going to be like a content creator or whatever, like having camera skill is like good in a lot of stuff now, just with how many businesses are tied into social media, and like you never know what position might be useful to like be on camera for, you know, a one-off marketing thing or a social media thing or whatever. It's like, it is a useful skill to have in this day and age. Can't get your style of vids anywhere else. You've made your niche. Thank you. I'm doing my best. Why'd you move like 5 times in a year? I feel we had a setting up the studio video in different locations a lot. Glad to see you generally finding a home though. Yeah, so I moved twice this year. The channel like really started for real in last year in Cleveland. Before that, I had moved twice. So there's the first video on my channel is in my parents' house. That's right after I dropped out of college. Then there's the Cellar Studio video, which I still have not watched back. That was like 3 years ago now. I haven't watched it back because I know my on-camera presence is like so bad that I want to delete it. So I moved there into that cellar. And then I moved from that cellar upstairs into one of the bedrooms in that house because one of the roommates moved out, so we didn't need to jam 4 people into a 3-bedroom house anymore. And then I got a job in Cleveland, moved to Cleveland, started taking YouTube more seriously. That was the big one with the big windows, or well, it wasn't actually that big, but the windows were big, the ceilings were high. And that's where a lot of my first videos started to like actually get views. And then that job went away. And I moved back into my parents' house for like 4 months as an in-between because I knew this spot would be opening with Michael in July or whatever it was. So I had like a 4-month in-between where I had to set up at my parents' house. So I moved there, and then I moved again in July, and now I'm here, and this is where I'm settled for the moment, you know. But it is fun to some degree to like redo the studio a lot. It's just like, you know, I didn't post a video for 3 months earlier this year, which is like not good for YouTube momentum. So it's not the best, but it is fun sometimes to reset. I'm hoping to stay here, like renew the lease again next July, unless things really pop off before then and I can like afford something different. Buy a super cheap old house or something, but probably not with how things are right now. Your place looks like a homeless shanty built indoors, but this is said with respect and awe towards you and those homeless engineers. I hope this is taken as being impressed with both. No, I get you. Some of those setups, people are just building houses on the street, man. It's basically what I'm doing. Just sticking together trash 2x4s and making it work. It is funny at this point. I'm basically just framing up a whole room because this desk is now connected to this desk, is connected to the bed frame. That's all tied up to this shelf here. I don't think that's hard mounted to that shelf yet, but so this to this to this to the bed frame to this desk to that desk with the whole overhead thing. So 3 of the 4 walls are all connected. So I basically just framed up an entire room. I'm just building a house inside of a house. Thanks for the rundown of reasons. That's all the catching up I need. So Christmas came early and we got packages. Excited to see them. Yep. I am excited to open those up in a second. I think you kind of blow up once YouTube realizes that your uploading is kind of consistent. Yeah, it's just one of those things where you got to keep building momentum, you know. And I'm already like, you know, I'm a small channel in the grand scheme of things, but like it's already going better than I hoped. So I'm happy. Can't complain. Hey, it's the guy who made the crazy camera controller. That's me. That's me. I think it's still over there, still hooked up. I wonder if it. Oh, it's unplugged because I had to use that USB cable for something else. I don't remember. Oh, it because it's a mini USB cable, which I don't have very many of, and I used it to run this little dash cam. I have this crappy like Amazon webcam or something, or it's a dash cam, and I could power it off of mini USB. So I plugged it into a battery pack so I could shoot with it on the go. It was a little. Maybe I'll tear off the lens and like stick one of these on there. I think that could be funny. So that might be a video you see at some point. Just putting cinema lenses on a dash cam. So I stole that USB cable, and now the keyboard, the controller isn't plugged in. Because I haven't actually been using the top-down camera a lot. That's mainly what I use it for, is when I'm filming at the desk so I can switch between my two camera angles. But I haven't been doing very many projects on that workbench recently. It's been a lot of big stuff, either like cars or building, work on the car or building stuff for the studio. So that top camera has not been used for a second. Just curious, why do you like to bolt your tables and shelves together? It just makes it more sturdy, having everything stuck together. Because it's like, imagine if this shelf fell over on me, you know? Not great. So I might as well bolt it to these tables so it like physically can't fall down. And then it's like, there's only a couple screws in it, so, and they're all easily accessible. Like I don't cover them up or anything. So whenever I move, everything can just disassemble. So yeah, it's all just kind of modular. I might as well stick it together while I'm here and then pull them apart. Hold off on buying a whole CD setup. I'm thinking of sending you some CD customizable goodies. Ooh, I would appreciate that. Yeah, I've been talking about doing CDs as my music solution, like burning CDs for all my music. I think that would be cool, like having a CD player in my car, because, well, obviously car stuff is on hold, but I put a GPS in there so I don't need to use my phone while I'm driving. The whole goal is like cutting out needing to use my phone for like navigation and music and all that stuff. So I've got a dedicated GPS in there, and I want like a dedicated music player that I don't have to Bluetooth to. So CDs are the goal there. But yeah, if you sent some, I would appreciate it. Basically built 4 tiny rooms in my room. It's a tiny house indoors. I love it. I love it. Opinions on mechanical keyboards. Got one right here. I've built a couple. Haven't touched them in a while, but I pretty much just, I like the setup I've got now. That's one of those hobbies, or well, really any hobby you can kind of dive into and end up spending too much money on. So I try not to get too sucked into it and just keep building keyboards and spending more and more money. So I've got a 75 key 5x15 ortholinear, and that's what I use for everything. Hot swappable, USB-C, all that stuff. We need to send you a flip phone. Flip phone would be sick. I don't know how many of them are like 5G capable now. The one I kind of want is the Caterpillar makes one, the Cat S22. Let's see if I can get this to work. Boom. This sucker. I think this thing's cool as hell. But I haven't committed to like fully switching to a flip phone yet. Because there is just some stuff that you need to have a smartphone for. Like I've cut out as much of the junk as possible, but there's certain things where, like, say my bank, you can only do mobile deposits in my bank through the phone. So even though I can do my banking online, I can't mobile deposit checks or random stuff like that, or like Venmo, when you're out on the town and you got to Venmo somebody for something. It's just random things here and there like that that are hard to cut out, or like booking parking when I do a day trip up to Chicago and I need to book parking. So there's just like a handful of things that I cannot get rid of. But my phone is pretty dead now. That's all I got. Those are all my apps. Probably don't need YouTube and Twitch on there, but I like to have a little long form content playing while I'm working on things, so still do use it as a media player. First video I ever found of yours was the one where you made knobs for William Osmond. Curious if it was the same for others here. Was that video really popular? Yeah, I do get people saying all the time that was how they found me. Yeah, it's always interesting with the ones that get views, like which ones people actually stick around for and which ones don't. Because sometimes I'll get like more views on something but less subscribers off of it. Like there's some that make more of a sticky audience. And the Osmond grips were one where people stuck around, it seems. But I guess that makes sense because it's like a similar genre. Thoughts on retro mechanical keyboards? Been down the spending too much money road on that one. They are cool. They are cool. I kind of want to. I have a really old. Is it a Microsoft keyboard or what is it? I don't remember. Some really old keyboard. Can't remember if it was mechanical, but anyway, it doesn't work. I found it in an abandoned building actually, and it doesn't work. And I kind of want to tear it all apart and replace it with like a new PCB, and get that thing working. But it would be really hard to like find a PCB that exactly matches up with it. So I don't know, but that could be a thing one day. Why are you so determined to cut out your smartphone? I don't know. I don't like using it. All my whole life is set up in a way of like tools that I like to use and simple things, and the phone is just a mess. I don't know. It's just I don't love relying on my phone, I guess is what it is. Like I carry around a camera in my pocket all the time instead of using the camera on my phone. Just like I don't want that much value to be stored on my phone. If I lose it or if it breaks, I don't want that to be the end of the world or whatever. And I find just separate dedicated devices usually work better. Like the GPS, the dedicated GPS I have in my car is just like better because it works off of satellite, so you don't need signal. There's no dead zones. It's always up there. Tracks my speed better. The apps on the phone always glitch out. It's like separate dedicated devices for things usually end up working better. Like obviously even a 14-year-old camera still takes better pictures than my iPhone does, iPhone just over sharpens them and does AI stuff to it. So yeah. It's less about cutting out the smartphone and more about just like introducing other things that do the jobs better. And smartphones just suck a lot of time if you're on it too much. You're making a sticky audience? Uh-oh. Sticky. You know what I mean. New film camera you made is dope. Yeah, it's over here. There she is. I've not shot more on it since the video, but it's very nice. One thing I didn't mention in the video that honestly I didn't think about until after is that the shutter release cable moves when you focus. So you can see it coming in and out. So I'm glad I made this hole bigger than it needed to be. Because now when I focus out, the cable doesn't kink on that. You see what I mean? Yeah, I want to shoot more on that. I think I've got So I've got one unshot roll and another Cinestill 400. Which I got this for free. There was a little Indianapolis film meetup where a lot of the film companies came in to like promote their stuff. And I was at that, and they were just giving out Cinestill 400, so that was pretty sick. So I've got 2 rolls to shoot. PCBWay, I think you can make custom PCBs. I watched this one guy make a custom desk with keys, and he tore apart the DaVinci Mini Editor keyboard. Yeah, I have looked into PCBWay for aluminum milling, but not for PCBs, because I just always figured that was like beyond my expertise at the moment. But maybe I could learn enough to do a simple like keyboard thing. I guess it would just be running pins out from a microcontroller, so maybe it's not that hard. I don't know. $0 camera setup brought me. I did not do anything you did in the video, but it was great to see. That one was my first one that popped off. That was my first one past 10K, I think. Changing Winds, how's it going? What's up, brother? Good to see you here. Weird question, but how do you find good scrap wood for table legs? I'm having a hard time finding stuff that's good enough length / is stable enough. That's a good question. For this, I use 2x4s. 2x4s you can come by, but it's like it's not as accessible as pallet wood. It's like you end up finding that like bigger, more construction grade stuff from, construction sites or apartment renovations or stuff where they're just throwing away a bunch of old framing that they're tearing out. Which, dumpster diving may or may not be legal depending on where you live, so can't recommend it necessarily. Or just Facebook Marketplace. People throw away old stuff from home renovations all the time. That's where I've gotten a lot of stuff, honestly. But ideally, like for these big desks, I use 4x4s, and I don't come across scrap 4x4 that much. So honestly, for the table legs, I do just buy wood sometimes. Like these, that one, I bought the 4x4s. But still, like if you can make a tabletop for free wood, and then you buy, for these, they were, is it 30 inches? Is that how the math works out? I bought one 10-foot 4x4 and cut it into 4 pieces, whatever that comes out to. I guess 10 foot would be, 30 inches, 120 inches divided by 4. That's kind of a low desk, but, or you can buy 2 6-footers and make a 3-foot legs. And that's not super expensive. So that's what I usually do, is I just buy a 4x4. How did you find your door? I'm trying to since a long time, but I can't find a good one. They're on Facebook Marketplace sometimes. Antique stores, if you live in a big enough city to have an antique like hardware store, they often have a lot of old doors, but those usually they end up charging more. These I found from an apartment renovation, so they were technically dumpster dove. But you can see them on Facebook Marketplace for 20-30 bucks, at least where I am. You can get really deep into customizing retro keyboards. It's been my main hobby for the past couple of years, and the stuff I've seen people do, including completely custom PCBs and switches, is insane. People make custom switches? Is that a thing? That's wild. Yeah, I could get into it. But for now, this one's working just fine. I think I've made 3 keyboards, and the only reason I abandoned each of them was my switches started to die after like 2 years on doing them, and I wasn't that great at soldering at the time, so I would just buy a new PCB instead of having to desolder 150 points or whatever. And then this one is hot swap, so whenever I have one switch go bad, then I just switch it out. Currently on Gateron Yellows. That's my go-to. To make a single device do more, why carry a MP3 player, a camera, and a phone when you can just carry one thing that does everything, convenience over everything else, that we lost a lot in the process. That is true. That is true. It's not exactly logical the way I'm doing it, but I find it more fun. Abandoned buildings and Facebook Marketplace will net you amazing deals all the time. I've paid $10 a board sometimes. That is true. Might have asked this. Have you checked out circuit bending for your CRT? I think it's easy to do, but people sell them for a lot. Yes, it's on my short list actually of video ideas. Really just simple circuit bending. Like mashing two signals together, stuff like that. But that's definitely something that I'm going to mess with. I don't know how that would get utilized in my workflow or how that would be useful right now. But long term, like with some short film projects I'm working on, that could be like a really cool effect to have. I messed up my PVM CRT trying to install waveform audio input. Don't fuck around inside those unless you know what you're doing. That's true. That's true. I hear they can shock you pretty bad too with how big the capacitors and stuff are. I don't know how true that is. Talks about having physical keyboards versus the DAW to make music, boils down to fun and enjoying the process. Yup. I do the same for music. I try to do as much outside of a DAW as possible. Still have not installed the DAW as much as I've talked about it. Unless you count DaVinci, which I guess that is, but I just play it all and then record it straight. Oh yeah, speaking of music, by the way, if any of you are on my website as paid supporters, last night I just uploaded all of my instrumentals that I've made. So like all the season 1 ones, the like 7 or 8 first ones, those are up on my second channel for free. But now I have all of them, which is like 15 tracks, something like that, on my website for download. So if you want some of those, I'm not going to say they're worth paying for, you know, I'm not the best musician, but if you want them and you're a paying member on my site, they are there for download. I'll still do a music making video at some point. I've just been waiting to make a dedicated like space for these things because they kind of just live on my desk right now. And they need a better spot for when I do that video. So I gotta like revamp that whole thing over there. But we'll get there. Saw the music, that's really cool. Thank you. Main transformer for a CRT is called a flyback because if you touch the output while it's live, you will literally fly back. Damn. Yeah, I probably won't open any CRTs, but I know there's some circuit bending you can do just through like the analog signal, just like plugged into the cables. Flatlander Tech makes a cool desk with the keyboards he uses made into the desk. I might have seen his stuff before. Flatlander Tech. Oh no, I don't think I've seen this. I will check it out. Cool, good rec. I don't want to open these PO boxes. Kind of want to open these. I'm just so curious what's inside them. Blocked out everybody's addresses, so won't be leaking anything. I got several from Todd Bartlett, who I think emailed me at some point. The name sounds familiar. Where's my knife? I guess I haven't checked it in too long because I got 2 letters in one package from Todd. So I'm going to start with the letters. I don't know which one comes first based on it being postmarked. Let's see. Oh, I'm behind. 16th of October was when it was postmarked. So this one is first. Maybe a stupid question, but do you color grade your videos? If so, how? Or does your room just look that cozy? Yeah, it's all color graded. Here, I'll peel back the curtain in case you want to mess with it yourself. This is the S log. So this is just straight out of camera log footage. That's my LUT. I'd show you what it looks like just on a regular conversion LUT. But it's not like a super dramatic color grade. Basically, I just shoot everything really warm. Because there's a mix of warm and cool lights in my studio. And I'm trying to remember what it does. It turns down the blues a bit, because blue is not like a common thing in my studio. So blues get desaturated a bit. Greens go higher. Oranges go a little higher. And then I think the thing that really sells the look, because all of that is just, it's just curves and saturation on a couple channels. The thing that makes the look, I think, is the whites, like the 100% whites go a little warm. So you'll see like this, instead of being 100% white, it's like kind of like a cream color. First letter from Todd. Oh, he threw some money in there. What the hell? Thank you, Todd. An IRL donation, no fees. I just want to look at this first in case it's something that... I don't know if people ever send stuff that I shouldn't read, but... Thank you for sending me the P.O. box. I hope this finds you well. It's cursive, so I'm going to read it slow. As I said in my email, I have really enjoyed your content, and I look forward to watching it. I've really enjoyed the October every day, and I've been watching early morning with coffee. I love it. I love it. That's how I usually start my day, by like scrolling through the Discord and looking through everybody's stuff with a cup of coffee. So I love that. I think you're very talented and a number of levels, and hope you are... Oh boy, I'm dyslexic. All good to continue your work. I have been doing leather work for a number of years and have always wanted to do more. And by the way, I can read cursive. I'm not that young. I'm just... I've been doing leather work for a number of years and have always wanted to do more and be more consistent and better at it. And you time on my hands this day and have found your videos. Oh, found your videos very inspiring and motivating. I'm sure you have had the same impact on many others. Thank you, Todd. I appreciate it. Sorry for my dyslexic reading of your note. Does the color grade for the stream match the vibe of the physical space? It does. I try to like replicate as much as possible, like what it looks like just straight up. Actually, I can show you straight up what it looks like. It's pretty faithful. It's just a little like warmer. I can show you through an iPhone camera. Let's see. Do I still have this app installed? I do. All right, here we go. Here we go. Are there filters on this? No, there's not. Boom. Oh, gotta drag it above all these. Looking for the phone. Come on now. There we go. iPhone makes it look super pink. Can I zoom out? No, I can't. This is the studio in iPhone colors. I guess, yeah, it does come across a lot colder. But that's because there's daylight coming in right now. So yeah, it's a little different, I guess. It's a little different. Let's do a side by side. Just see how different it is. Oh, the saturation's way up. I look pink. Boom. Yeah, way, way warmer. Weird. I honestly feel like the iPhone is less faithful to real life there. What's the name of the app? It's Iriun, Iriun. It works okay. It's dark where I'm at. It's about to be dark here. 6 p.m. It's getting to that time of year. Till then, thank you again for the work you do, and please keep it up. Take care, Todd. P.S. Please, I would prefer you do not share any of my information or any personal media. Thanks. Cool. I hope it wasn't a big deal that I read the note. Apologies if it was. It's a P.S. on the second page. Another note from Todd. Maybe I won't read this one if that's what he wants. Planning on turning the wood dungeon into a second studio eventually? Possibly. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm thinking about building some like scrap wood furniture or scrap wood like workout gear. Might be the plan. All right, I'm not going to read this one because I don't know if by that PS if you meant you wanted. If you wanted me to read them or not. The paid Irian is worth it to me. I did not know there was a paid version. Todd sent me some stickers. I don't know if he wants me to show those. They spoil any personal info or anything. But I did block out all addresses, so obviously I ain't that dumb. Todd also sent me a packet, which I'm very excited about. Information probably meaning his address and stuff. That's what I'm assuming. I just want to play it safe. Don't want to invasion of anybody's privacy, you know? What did Todd send? With a note as well. Thought you might find a use for this. The camera should work. It's a camera. Oh boy, thank you, Todd. I'm already excited. But I cannot seem to get them to change. Also, I think somebody's honking outside. I think there is an AC or DC port, so maybe that can work. Okay. Oh, he couldn't get them to charge. So it might just be batteries dead. Maybe I can figure out how to get it to work live on stream. Let's see what kind of camera this is. It's a Nikon bag. Very nice Nikon bag. Lyndon, what's up? Good to see you here. The reveal. Let's spin this so you can actually see a little better. All right, there's the battery charger. What kind of camera is it? Oh, dude. Oh, this is sick. I'm definitely using this. It's one of these all-in-one compact. I bet this is a 1-inch sensor, so it's probably got a super zoom on it. Oh, it doesn't say on the front. Where does it say? 8.9 to 89 millimeters. Bet that's a 1-inch. Look at that. Look how freaking small it is. Wait. Dude. I didn't know Nikon made one of these. I've been looking at the Sony similar one to this, or I've seen Minolta's as well. This segment used to be really popular, but has not been around as much anymore. It's a Nikon Coolpix 7000. Look how freaking small this screen is. Look at this. Whoop. Look at that little baby screen. Oh boy. Bridge camera. Yeah, that's what it's called. What does this shoot on? What does this shoot on? Okay, battery in the bottom. Don't know if we got any batteries. Maybe in the front pouch. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Todd. I really appreciate this. I will make a video about this, I think. Okay. Will the batteries work? That's the question. These are big batteries, too, for such a small camera. What voltage? 7.4. Okay, okay. So they're not that big. Yeah, nothing. Wait. Set time and date. Oh. I don't know if they just die really quick or something. Where's my zoom trigger? Oh, there it is. Listen to how loud that is. Oh, I'm so using this. So what kind of card does it shoot on? CF card. Interesting. Interesting. I have not got a camera with one of those before. Oh boy. Can I HDMI it so I can show you? AV out. Ooh, don't have one of those right now. Dude, this is awesome. Thank you, Todd. Thank you for the kind notes. I'll read them in full off stream as well. All right. See if you can see it. Hello. Zoom. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. Oh. Autofocus works pretty well too. So I'll need to find a CF card. Oh, but this thing is lovely. It's like the perfect size for like a walking around the city kind of. Not like a full size, but better than a point and shoot. I wonder what resolution it records in. I assume not great. Is it sound 30 FPS? I kind of think it's 7,000. What did I shut out audio? What's the audio doing? Hello. Oh, that's good. One second. Hello. Are we back? Are we back? Yeah. What's a Monsma stream without jank audio for a minute? Exactly. Exactly. You know, I never understood why people hated on Focusrite audio interfaces, but now maybe I do. I've been getting a lot of crap out of this thing. Anyway. I'm psyched about this. Might need to buy some new batteries if these things are kind of malfunctioning. I was Googling. I want to see what the video capabilities are. Video resolution. Is it the 700D? Maybe not 7000. 700D. Wait, this is APS-C? No way. Oh, never mind. That's something else. Dude, this Google AI crap. I Googled Nikon Coolpix 700D, and it shows me the EOS, the Canon 700D. Awesome. Oh, I guess I typed it wrong. Maybe it is the 7000. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I have to go. Good night, guys. Evan, don't ball out on CD stuff just yet. I'll send you some cool steps. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't get the money to ball out anyway. Thank you. Good to have you here. So this says 1920 by 1080 in 30p. MPEG 4 H.264. Huh. Huh. Yeah, I suppose this will put out some video then. I will have to do something with this sucker. Thank you again. Next package, I suppose. And a nice case to boot. I appreciate it big time. Who's this from? Jay Taylor. This one feels like a book. I'm pretty sure this might be from Tenement Gentleman, who's in the chat sometimes. He said he was going to send me a book. So I'm guessing... Oh, well, that's not a book. Yo, it's some Japanese mallet of some kind. Okay, I need a note so I can know what this is for. And there is a book as well. I'll read the note first. Yo! It's typewritered. From Jonathan T. Van Neistat talks a lot about spirited people. In my opinion, Harlan Hubbard is the quintessential spirited person. This biography, written by Hubbard's friend Wendell Berry, captures the profound nature of Hubbard's life and work. Hubbard has inspired much of my creative life. Also enclosed is a hammer I no longer need, but could not bear to give it to a thrift store. Figured enough of a wood goblin, in all caps, that at a minimum you could repurpose the wood into something useful. Jonathan T. Beautifully typewritered note. That is so cool. That's the second typewriter note I've gotten already. You can tell the Van Neistat impact is strong, influence. So Wendell Berry, Harlan Hubbard, life and work. Yo. (1943) Kentucky writer and painter Harlan Hubbard. I will read this. Oh, and the cover painting is him. I guess that makes sense. Here he is. I need better lighting for close-ups. I will give this a read. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Jonathan. Jonathan T. And the hammer. It's actually, it feels heavier than it looks, I think. I'm going to use this. This could be, I don't know what this is meant for. If anybody in the chat knows what the purpose of this hammer is. I'm sure it's not driving nails, but this could be the perfect tin closer for like paint cans and wood stain. Because I usually use the lightest hammer I have so that I don't dent it, but I still get a good knock. And this could be good for lightly hitting cans closed without actually denting the lid. To hammer wooden nails, precise whacking, malleting. Evan pulls out a mallet, my imagination, bonk. Hey, watch it. Hello, I just finished soldering a AAA battery pack onto my digital caliper since the button cell batteries keep annoying me. That's an awesome idea. I love that. I've had calipers die on me all the time before. So now I just use like physical ones with a dial, but those are kind of hit or miss as well, unless you get a really nice one. So that's a good idea. I might steal that. Just soldering batteries. I like holding this mallet. I feel powerful. Boom. Joinery joints. That makes sense. Like putting in little bow ties and dowels and stuff. I like it. Bonk. You should do a book review on that book. Yeah, we should start a book club in the Discord. That'd be fun. Ooh, color pictures. I'm just reading it like a picture book. So I don't know what all the words say, but there's some pretty paintings in here. Oil on masonite. Yeah, you can't see nothing. There it is. How about yes to book club? I love it. I have lots of recommendations. That'd be a good idea. Maybe that's what I should do with the second channel now that it's like not, now that I'm not doing the daily updates anymore. Book club on the second channel. I'll take recs. I'll take recommendations. All right, hammer. This needs to get mounted over there now. I also need to extend my camera shelf now because it's kind of getting full. I keep telling people I can fix their cameras, and so there's like a lot of cameras in here that need fixing. So my things are kind of full. Book club with Bevan, indeed. Where was I? One more pack. This one's just from Amazon. Somebody, I'm hoping there's a gift note in here. Oh, there you go. Speaking of book club, there it is. The Van Nystat Rec. I've been meaning to buy this one. This was on my list. I don't think there was a gift note in there. No gift note. Well, whoever sent this, thank you. Make yourself known if you're in here. There you go. Shop Classes Soulcraft, the classic recommendation that I really should have read by now. So I was literally about to mention this book, but I forgot what it was called. I was like, we should start with that, with Shop Classes Soulcraft, because it gets recommended all the time. Dang, thank you to whoever sent that. I don't think there's like a name or anything. Nope. No gift note. First book club book. I imagine a lot of you have it already too. What about a wood club? You look, smell, feel wood, and rate the wood. I notice you left out taste. Any reason? That's such an amazing gift. It really is. Wish they left a note so I knew who it was. But thank you. Thank you. You think it was Van Nystat himself, just quietly making himself known? Yeah, that's it. That's it. I kind of geeked on this camera. Does the viewfinder work? No, the viewfinder does not work unless it's on. Ooh, it's got a switch that says VR on and off. What do you think that means? Where's the viewfinder? There it is. So does anybody know about these CF cards? Is this something I can adapt to SD? Let's look it up. CF card. Oh, vibration reduction? Virtual reality. It'd be funny if he sent his own book. Oh, he didn't write it. This is just the one he always recommends. It's Matthew B. Crawford. But that would be funny. Oh, compact flash. Wait, they still make these. Yeah. No, these are fine. I wonder if it's limited to like... Wait, is CF the same as CF Express? Can I put a CF Express card in here? I imagine it's probably limited to like a lot of the old cameras, they can't handle bigger SD cards. Nikon Coolpix 7000 card. What camera is that? It's the Nikon Coolpix S7000 or just 7000. Says it takes up to 64 gigs, which would be pretty big. Wait, no, it's showing me S7000. That's a different camera, I think. Oh, I'm stupid, folks. I'm stupid. This is not an S7000. You see that? I thought that said Coolpix 7000, but it's actually just Coolpix, and then if you flip it upside down, it says Coolpix again. I was not reading. I was not reading the model number. I was reading Coolpix upside down. So what is this? I was like kind of surprised it could record HD. So it probably can't. Nikon E8800? Is that it? No. Nikon Coolpix 8800. Yep, that's it. That's it. All right. 2004. Yeah, it ain't gonna do good video, I'll tell you that. Oh, VR stands for vibration reduction. You were right. Let's see. Well, that's good. Good autofocus. It said it does video. Okay. 640 by 480. 30 FPS, max 60 seconds. That's good enough for me, baby. This thing that I carry around all the time, the little Canon point and shoot, it can do HD, but I shoot in 640 by 480 because I find the battery ends up lasting longer that way. Banger lens though, yeah, man. 10x zoom. What's the sensor size? Well, that's not the info I wanted. Well, that still is sick. I will still use this. I need the info on the SD card or CF card. 2/3 inch. Okay. So I was slightly off with my 1 inch prediction. That makes sense though. Ooh, it's a CCD sensor. Nice. That'll be fun. I don't think I have a CCD sensor camera yet. All right. Dope. I gotta find an SD card for this thing. Wonder if my camera store would have one. Icon 8800 card. The colors, indeed. Largest memory card for 8800. What do the people on the forums say, on the DP review forums? I use 2 GB cards without any problems. 2 GB compact flash. Okay. 2 gigs would be fine. That would be lovely. If I'm recording 640 by 480, who cares? Yeah. Sweet. All right, well, I'll have to find one. CF to micro SD adapter. Does this exist? Hell yeah, it does. There you go. That's what I need. I think that would do it. And then I stick a little 2 gig micro SD in there. I bet that would work. You should check out the Lomography Lomatic 110. Shoots in 110 film. Yeah, I have been wanting to try 110 film. Lomography has a couple like really interesting cameras. I want to try the Sprocket Rocket. I think that thing looks dope. I got a 110, but my local camera store doesn't develop it, so I never used it. I think mine would. I think. But who knows? I've gotten my APS film developed at my store, so. Yeah, this is sweet. At the very least, I find a way to use the lens from this thing on something else. That is sick. Maybe I've got to go attend a Zoom class. I'll have you in the background still so I can tune out of class from time to time. Nice, nice. I don't know how much longer I'm going anyway. I'm kind of whooped after October, honestly. I might take like 2 days off. Do I want to go through the last stuff on the Discord? I got worried for a second that pulling up eBay showed my address, but it did not. Let's see what's in here. There's some online companies that develop 110, but I've heard they're somewhat expensive. Yeah, I would imagine. I've only been going an hour. You should do some watch modding content. I always notice your watch. I've done one video. And funny enough, it's been like gaining some views more recently, which is interesting. But yeah, I do need to do watch modding. The problem is, and the reason I've been doing everything that I've been doing right now is because I don't have money. That's why like the last 2 months have literally just been scrap wood builds. Because I haven't been ordering much. But yeah, it is fairly cheap to get into. You're right. I did a sapphire crystal on this one and a new movement. But I need to go back in and replace the spindle or whatever it's called, the thing that winds it. Because I did a janky fix. I like JB welded it together before. Because the sprocket or the spindle or whatever I used did not fit with the spindle knob. So I had to crown stem, yes, crown stem. I had to JB weld the crown on, which is jank. And I think it finally snapped on me, so the dial or the crown does nothing at the moment. The watch is just wrong. But that's not expensive to replace. I just need to do it. Was there something else I wanted to do on stream? I don't think so. My brother's coming into town. We're gonna look at the Tucson because he's got a little endoscope, one of them little cameras on a stick. So I can pull the spark plugs, stick the camera in there, and look at the heads of the valves in the car. So we're gonna do that while he's here and he has an endoscope to confirm that the Tucson's engine is dead. Because there's like, I give it like a 95% chance it's donezo, but there's a very small chance it's fine or salvageable. So we're gonna look at that. And he will be here in like half an hour. I was kind of thinking about going until he's here. But I also kind of want to grab groceries real quick, so I actually have dinner. Little jank for sure. My first mod, I cut the stem too short and had to replace it. Yep. I just didn't do it for that video because a lot of those watch parts, like you have to wait like 30 days to get them in or whatever. And so, yeah, I just didn't want to wait on that to finish the video. And then I never got around to actually doing it properly. But we'll get there. Seiko SRPJ36. I'm not familiar with the model codes for the monsters, but it's a... Oh, what's this? A little field watch. I like the field watches. Is this new? I don't think I've seen this before. Oh. It's not on the right screen. Boom. That's a nice looking watch. I have kind of a similar little field watch. I think it's smaller. This one was my first mechanical. I want to say it's the 806, like SNP 806 or something like that. I don't remember. Will you record the car inspection? Probably not if we do it tonight because it's going to be like dark out. But I'll give an update for sure when I decide what is actually happening with it. Groceries are more important than your viewers. Go get groceries, bro. Yeah, I suppose. Time does Aldi close? I usually try to go for like 2 hours, but I'm like understandably a little whooped. Posted 2 main channel videos in the last 2 days, which I'm very excited about being able to finish off the month strong. They close at 8. I got an hour. Any concrete plans for first projects using the 3D printer? Oh, what was I thinking about? There's a couple things I need it for sure. First, build with it. Possibly something for the embroidery machine, making a custom jig for it to clamp down hats, because it's not intended to embroider hats. They're more complicated to like pin down. So that might involve 3D printing. There's some camera mod things. I'm going to be revisiting the EOS M, the one that was the $0 camera rig video that I made a while ago. And I'm going to make that LCD screen hinge. And so that's one. I think that'll involve 3D printing, most likely. There's some other really small and intricate thing that I needed to print for. Probably revisit of the Insta360, this little guy. The modded action camera. That will involve some 3D printing. So a lot of little camera stuff, kind of. I just need to see if I can get that printer like actually working well. From what I know, the Ender 3s can be finicky, but they do put out good prints once you get them calibrated. So we'll just see how that works out. Other 3D printing projects. I don't know. I haven't 3D printed in a while, is the thing. I was in it, like, I was into it when it was first happening because I was gonna be a mechanical engineering major. And so in high school, I got to mess around with some of like the very early 3D printers when they were kind of first coming out in like 2015, 16. And or I guess I don't know if those were the first, but it was definitely like pretty rudimentary compared to what you can get today. And it was like when printers were thousands of dollars and having a home one was not really feasible. So I learned on like Autodesk Inventor and never really stuck with it. So I haven't really printed in like 5 years. What camera should I have for EDC? Depends on what you're looking for. If it's just photo, pretty much anything in the last 10 years is going to be good. Like anything in the last 10 years from a reputable company is going to be decent. Like this thing still takes baller photos. Canon PowerShot from 10 years ago. Look at the Canon PowerShot line, Sony CyberShot line for pictures. If you want good video, more recent is going to be better, like Sony RX100s, Canon G7X, stuff like that. How do you sleep so low when you're over 6'5"? Is it hard to get up? I'm just under 6 foot. My bed is too low and I'm getting knee issues. I never thought about that, but maybe I will. I don't know. I'm just dealing with it for now. I don't really notice any issues with it, but I'm a young guy. So I don't really have major, I'll probably regret the way that I'm living in a couple of years. Uh, I don't know. I'll build a better bed one day, but for now I'm just kind of dealing. Are you familiar with CAD? Yeah, I knew Inventor, but it's kind of rough because you can't get Inventor for free. Gasp, I'm 3 years older than you. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I realized that as I was saying. I'm like, I actually have no idea how old this guy is. So it's like, I don't know. I just assume everybody is way older than me because I'm usually the young guy in the group. I don't know. But yeah, no, I haven't noticed any major issues. Honestly, since sleeping on the floor, my back has felt better because I used to have like more back pain being a tall dude. Um, because I guess my mattress was just really crappy. The mattress I had as a child, and it was kind of they always bow into the middle after they get too old. Um, so once I started sleeping on firmer surfaces, it got better. I love my Canon G10, but also have a Sony A6400. Sony A6000 line's great. I got the A666, although mine's broken. Keep the videos coming out, mate. I stop what I'm doing when an upload notification comes through. Love from you. Thank you, Elliot. Fusion 360 is great. Fusion 360 has a free version. I'll check that out. I've gotten a couple recommendations. I'm probably just going to pick one. I assume it doesn't matter that much. Just for simple, you know, isometric type stuff, if that's the right word. Just very straightforward. All right. I'm getting hungry and I gotta grab groceries before my brother gets here. So I think I'm gonna peace out. Although I don't know if he wants to be on stream because I could keep going for 15 minutes. I'm not going to call him. He's probably in the throes of Indianapolis highways right now, which is not a great driving experience. See you, Bev. Mukbang. Nah. I've said it before, but I can't stand streamers that eat on stream. It's so annoying. I hate the chewing noises and everything. Bye, have and enjoy the rest of your day. Chat spoken. All right, all right. I'm peacing out, but you'll hear from me soon, even if I take the next 2 days off or whatever. Updates on the car and such soon. 3D printer videos soon. Board game stuff soon. Hats soon. Everything soon. Peace, folks.